David, we spoke recently about your overview of both law enforcement and security and intelligence and making that mix work. I wonder if you can just give me some views, particularly based on some of the research that you've been doing recently.
Getting mixes is, I suppose, one of the key challenges we have. It's how do we ensure that the profit-driven and also customer relationship side of business matches with law enforcement's real needs, but also to the regulations and restrictions that they're working under. No easy answers. I'm starting to look at issues particularly like information sharing, and I think we've got to start to think of different models for sharing information, particularly between law enforcement, business and the community, and ensuring that that information can be passed in the most complete and safest ways possible. Also starting to think about education. There's been a lot of change going on in the national security space, in particular legislatively. How do we ensure that people know what is going to go on, how to use it, and importantly what contribution they'll make, because there are a whole bunch of important innovations that are coming in that people are going to need to know and understand how they're going to be operationalised. You look at what's happening around passports, for example, is one issue there. The third is, I think, also getting to genuine models of cooperation. So getting beyond the information sharing I was talking about and finding ways to bring, say, the financial sector into closer cooperation with the financial intelligence unit and ensuring that they can pass information in ways that is commercially satisfactory, but also adds to our intelligence picture of the financial flows of crime and terrorism in Australia.
What sort of threats are we looking at nowadays too? Is the nature of threats changing at all?
Look, I think we've got three key challenges. I'd cast them as challenges rather than threats. First is the US-China relationship and how that's going to play out. That's going to play out on a whole bunch of different levels, not only at the high-end political military, but also at well, I'll call it lower end area of commerce and business, particularly when it comes in areas like espionage and cyber security. Second key challenge we have is around the terrorism space, but I'm trying to take it, I'm looking at a different angle on it. I don't see it's a threat of terrorist activities within Australia. I think it's a counter-reaction to those who perceive terrorist actions in Australia as being probably the biggest challenge we have there. The third one goes to the penetration of our economic system, in particular by organised crime. I think we've got to do a lot more there to understand how organised crime is harming our society, how it's affecting our border integrity, and then seeing if there are more innovations and devices we can bring to bear against that challenge.